Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in. First of all, I'd like to say welcome and thank you to all of our new subscribers. We really appreciate you watching our videos and hope you're able to get something from them. We aren't doing these to make money or become YouTube stars or anything. We just want to share our love for reefing and remove some of the mystery so that more and more people can enjoy this fascinating hobby. In this video, I'd like to discuss the equipment that I'm using for this tank and why I made the choices that I did. The aquarium itself is an Innovative Marine NUVO Fusion 40 all-in-one tank. I also have the black APS stand that is made for this particular tank. I'm impressed with the build quality and workmanship of this aquarium. The Starfire glass is crystal clear, and the seams are smooth and flawless. The black silicone they used is a nice touch. The black APS stand was easy to assemble and looks great. It's quite sturdy. Being made from aluminum, I can just wipe it off when it gets wet and don't have to worry about it weakening from water damage. The stand came with an adjustable shelf that leaves plenty of room for a 5-gallon top-off reservoir, while providing plenty of space to store test kits and other assorted reefing gear. Okay, from the top down, I chose the Kessil A360X LED light for this system. The nice thing about these all-in-one cubes is that you can get away with using a single light. Once the tank grows out, I may add supplemental lighting to solve any shading problems that may arise, but for now a single light is plenty. I found Kessil LEDs to be the best lights for growing coral that I've ever used. The only other light I considered was the Radion XR15 from Innovative Marine, which is an outstanding fixture, but it just won't dance like a Kessil. There are several reasons I believe that Kessil makes the best LED light in the hobby. First, the dense matrix design, where all the individual LEDs are packed onto a single chip smaller than a dime, eliminates the disco ball effect found with other LEDs and allows for better heat management. But perhaps the most important feature of these lights is what's called Kessil logic. Basically, this means that no matter what color you prefer for viewing your lights, the blue and white spectrums essential for coral health and growth are always present. In other words, you don't need to be a lighting engineer to grow coral with Kessil LEDs. Lucky for me, any dumbass can grow coral with this light. Last fall, Kessil released a Wi-Fi dongle for their lights that allows you to control them with a phone app. The app is easy to use and gives those who like to tinker something to play with. It also has settings for thunderstorms and rainbows and shit. But other than curiosity when you first hook it up, I can't imagine when or why you'd ever use these features. Unless you get off on scaring the hell out of your fish, these features are pretty much useless. Finally, aside from all the technical poo-poo that makes this light the best in the hobby, is the Kessil shimmer. These lights give you shimmer like no other. Some people love it, and others don't. I'm one of those who loves it. That shimmer just gives your reef a more vibrant, natural look. Now, the Fusion 40 has 5 small chambers in the back. Choosing gear for an all-in-one can be a challenge with such limited space. Thankfully, Innovative Marine has solved this problem. They offer a line of aqua gadgets that fit their tanks perfectly, and so far have proven to be reliable. So let's take a look at what I'm using in this tank. In the first chamber where the overflow is, I chose Innovative Marine's custom caddy. This is an excellent media basket made of high-quality acrylic that gives you 3 compartments for media. It includes a removable clear acrylic door that slides in and out for easy access when changing your media. In the first compartment, I use Pinky filters for mechanical filtration. If you haven't checked out Pinky filters yet, you should give them a look. They offer a 12-inch by 10-foot roll of polyfilter material for like $10, and it's excellent stuff. Not only will you save a fortune on filter media, but you can cut enough of them to allow you to change them out every day. Go check them out at pinkyfilters.com and get you some. In the middle compartment, I use Pure Blue. What can I say? This stuff is magic. I wouldn't run a reef tank without it. In the bottom compartment, I have a bag of Purigen and a small bag of high-capacity GFO to keep my phosphates in check. In the second chamber, I use Pond Matrix. If you've never used this stuff before, you need to. There is an incredible amount of surface area on these little rocks for growing beneficial bacteria. Lots of hobbyists struggle with maintaining low nitrates in their tanks. Pond Matrix will whoop all kind of nitrate ass for you. I also had some Marine Pure spheres from another tank, so I just threw them in with the Pond Matrix to give them a little jump start. The return chamber, of course, is in the middle. The Fusion Pro version of this tank came with the Innovative Marine 538 DC return pump. I wasn't sure if this pump would be enough to feed both return lines with the Y connector, but so far so good. This pump is doing an excellent job. It is absolutely silent, and the controller, featuring variable speeds, 2-stream modes, and feed mode, is easy to use and reliable. The only upgrade I may make in the future is to add a second Mighty Jet pump, if I can squeeze 2 of them into the return chamber. In the next chamber, I have the Innovative Marine NUVO Skim DC skimmer. Some hobbyists believe a skimmer on a small tank is unnecessary, and that water changes alone will keep your water right, but I believe that a skimmer is a must on all but the smallest Pico reefs. I'm not gonna lie, it took a few weeks to get this skimmer dialed in. It uses a rubber O-ring to adjust the cup height up and down, and for the first few weeks, I was constantly adjusting this damn thing to get a decent skim made out of it. In the last month or so, it has settled in nicely and produces a consistent dark skim mate. It doesn't really produce the kind of dry skim that I prefer, but if you can live with a wetter skim, this thing works great, runs quietly, and I would recommend it to anyone running an all-in-one tank. In the last chamber, where the second overflow is, I run the Innovative Marine Aqua Shield 11 watt UV sterilizer. There is a lot of controversy over the use of UV sterilizers and their effectiveness. Personally, I wouldn't run a tank without one. They aren't going to solve an outbreak of ick or any other bacterial infection in your fish, but I believe they will help to prevent one. They will also neutralize any free algae spores in your water column and help keep nuisance algae to a minimum. I know I spend less time scraping algae off my glass than I did before I used UV in my tanks. Most importantly, by using a UV sterilizer, my water stays crystal clear without the use of activated carbon. I also use an automatic top-off system on this tank to manage evaporation. I chose the Duetto dual sensor ATO from XP Aqua. I've never used a better ATO. The sensor on this thing is tiny, about the size of a penny, and the pump has no problem pushing water the 5 or 6 feet necessary to feed this tank. The Duetto also comes with a small, nice-looking controller that is easy to use. The heater I'm using is a Finex 200-watt titanium heating element paired with an Inkbird controller. The Inkbird controller will also accommodate a chiller or a fan if you decide to use one. It only takes a couple minutes to set up the Inkbird, and I found it to be a reliable controller. I would encourage you to avoid any heaters made of glass or trying to save money on a heater for your aquarium. The heater is such a vital part of your system, you don't want to cut corners. Get something good. Water circulation in a reef aquarium is everything. It is every bit as important as lighting when it comes to maintaining and growing coral. I'm using the Gyre 1K pump from IceCap. There are several videos on YouTube that can help you program your pump, as the IceCap controller can be tricky to set up. But there are plenty of useful flow patterns that you can use, and I found the Gyre pumps to be an excellent choice for water flow in a reef tank. The last piece of equipment I want to mention is my dosing pump. Figuring out your dosing regimen can be a royal pain in the ass, and good dosing pumps can be expensive. Thanks to an amazing product from Tropic Marin called Alpha Reef, which provides calcium, alkalinity, magnesium, and trace elements in a single solution, dosing your reef could not be simpler. I use this Kamoer X1 single head dosing pump. It is Wi-Fi controlled with an easy to use app, easy to calibrate, and costs just $60. If you decide to dose more than one product, you can easily daisy chain these things. For a reliable Wi-Fi controlled dosing pump, $60 a head is a no-brainer. I'll do some future videos taking a deeper dive into some of these products once I've had a chance to use them longer. Now keep in mind, I'm not receiving any compensation whatsoever from any of the companies mentioned in this video. Honestly, I don't think it's possible to give a completely unbiased review of something you didn't pay for yourself. My evaluations of gear are totally my own unbiased opinions, formed from using a piece of equipment, and will always be that way. And once again, I want to thank and welcome all of our new subscribers. We're really happy with how the channel's coming around, and we hope that you'll stick around and watch the rest of this tank build and follow the new tank build that we're working on now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned something. And if you'd like to follow the progression of this tank, just hit the subscribe button and smash the bell for future updates. As always, until next time, be nice to each other out there and try to have some fun with this reefing thing.